together. This is great. My name is Estrella Rodriguez. I'm from Ponce, Puerto Rico. I moved here about a year ago, and my heart is filled with joy to see so many brave, courageous people fighting for our futures together. Thank you. Yeah. Before we start though, we want to acknowledge that we are standing on the land of the Narragansett, Wampanoag, and Pokanoket people. They're the traditional stewards of the environment we are currently in, the territory we are currently standing on. And it is important that in our work we honor and respect them. All of our conversations about collective liberation must start with Indigenous sovereignty. As we do restorative environmental justice work, it is important that our conversations are complete, that they do not contain false narratives, and that they begin with indigeneity. It is also important to know that this isn't just historical context. Colonialism is still current and abiding. This means that as we continue to do our work, we must practice mindfulness. We must also recognize that Brown University, and by extension, the city of Providence, was built using the enslaved labor of Black people. We are standing here today because of their forced labor. And we know we are able to live, work, and learn in this space because of their work. So let's take a moment to acknowledge that together. All right, thank you all. So, we are all here together because we know that this is an emergency. We know that this is the only planet we have, and if we want to live in it, we must take bold action today. Right. As young people, millions of us are standing all across the world to strike for our climate, for our futures. And it's because of people like all of you here today that we are going to be able to have a livable future. However, our politicians are not on the same page. They do not care about the urgency of this crisis. All around the world, climate disasters are impacting our lives. They are threatening our futures. The Amazon is literally burning. 80,000 fires in the last year have burned so many parts of the Amazon. That's an 80% increase from the last year alone. 80%! And this is no coincidence. This is a continuation of the genocide against indigenous people. This is a continuation of the murders and the expansion of agribusiness. Hurricane Dorian just left 70,000 people homeless in the Bahamas. 50 people died. And it's because hurricanes every single year get more intense and they spend longer and longer over places that are most frequently impacted. In the Midwest, towns have to be evacuated because of severe flooding. People are losing their towns and their homes. And our politicians don't care. And that's why we're standing here today. This can be super scary, but we know that we have a solution on the table. And I want all of you to say it with me. It's the Green New Deal! 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 Yes! Yes! We know that this is the only solution, the only actually tackles the climate crisis on the scale that is needed.
Yeah!
But our politicians won't support it. We don't have the support from leadership that we need. We have 11 years, and every day the time frame gets shorter.
Right.
We don't have any time to lose by doing the bare minimum. The bare minimum just won't cut it anymore. It just won't cut it. And that's why we're striking. We are striking like so many movements of the past, so many organizations that strike in order to disrupt the business as usual, because business as usual just won't cut it.
Yeah!
And that's why we're striking. So thank you all so much for being here.